Welcome back. I am headed out, going to Atlanta to look at some trucks. Today is a special day, or I shouldn't say a special day, but today is a kind of going to be an interesting day because this is the first day of real ID being enforced. This is May 7. Obviously, you're watching this a bit later, so we will see how these lines go. Hopefully, everything should be good. Really, it's just checking in. I'm not checking anything in, so I pretty much go right through the security gate. Anybody know where I'm at? Check it out. So, Ritchie Brothers, Atlanta. We got a lot of trucks here. So there's auction tomorrow, and I flew down to check out a couple trucks. I'm not able to drive my vehicle in there, so I got to do a lot on foot. Thankfully, there's a little break in the weather. It's not raining too bad. It's clear for a bit, so I'm gonna go grab my paperwork and let's check out these trucks. Quick look at the auction ring. This is where they would hold auction. They would drive the piece of equipment right across that ramp. So the bidders are here in these orange seats, and the equipment comes across the ramp. I'm not sure where to go. I've never been to this place before, but we're gonna go outside. We're gonna go find these trucks. I don't know where to go. I think we want to go over and see the trucks over here. Talk to someone, super friendly staff. We're gonna go look at some trucks. I tell you, they got a lot of equipment here. If you wanna just get a little idea of the size of this place, is go on Google Maps and look at this site. Just Google Ritchie Brothers, Atlanta, Georgia. This is not one of the trucks, but while I'm here, just a quick peek. Frame's been stretched. I don't want that one. I unfortunately, I didn't see the trucks that I was looking at coming in, but honestly, this feels good to just go for a walk because yesterday, I was just not doing a whole lot. I mean, I was doing a lot, but you get the picture. Office stuff, and then today, airplane, we're gonna go for a walk today. Well, they got a lot of Ram service trucks. I think these are brand new. I think these are brand new trucks. I don't know how else to tell you guys. I may be wrong, but these are brand new trucks. They were definitely sitting for a little bit, I can tell you that. The reason I can tell you that is, look at the back end of these. They're 24s. Boy, if I was needing a truck, I just bought a service truck, but a lot of these do look like two-wheel drives. There's definitely some 4x4s here. Anyway, I don't really need the Ram out, but I'm gonna have to check that out online. Perfect break. The sun's shining, but I'm not seeing the trucks I wanna look at. I gotta stay moving because I flew in this morning. I fly back out this afternoon. I don't have all day. No go. You know, these trucks here, they have a ton of them. I really wonder what the deal is. It's like they literally took a whole dealership and just cleaned it out. Now, a lot of these trucks are base model trucks, except you go over to that row, they got some nicer looking ones. I say nicer looking ones, just more loaded up ones, but let's go find these other trucks. They're not down here. Guys, I'd love to know a little bit more about these trucks. I don't think they're actually selling on this upcoming auction, like tomorrow. I may be wrong. I'll try to find that out. But maybe if somebody knows something, you let me know. Put it in the comments. I think they're down this way because one's inoperable. I don't know, maybe they both are. But he's thinking that they're kind of down through here. But I'll give you a quick update on those trucks. So all those Ram trucks he said they came in, a dealer got them in, ordered them for a customer, and they canceled or backed out. So therefore they had all these trucks, they're selling them. So there's some getting sold tomorrow, which by the time you're seeing this video, they'll probably all be sold, but you could check Iron Planet. He said they're gonna be peppering in some, you know, at different auctions so they don't flood the market. So that's that. This is just crazy trying to find the trucks here. There's a lot here. I remember seeing this one. This one was inoperable. That's why I like buying trucks in the South. Look at the very little rust. Transmission sitting there. It does have 8-bag suspension, which is key, but I don't think it has a transmission. This is a emission engine truck. Oh yeah, you can see the engine, and then there's nothing. There's, all right, let's take a peek. Oh, they even got the driver's seat out. There's animals in here. Look at it, chewing something. I don't know. You know what's scary though, guys, is that some dealers, they'll buy this truck, turn around and fix it up a little bit, try to get big bucks out of it. That's not the one I flew down for. All right, guys, I found the trucks. I'm just warning you, this video may be a couple months old. I'm not sure if I'm gonna release this video before the auctions because I'm not sure if this truck is selling tomorrow. Here it is. This is a 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, glider. And this truck has a Detroit with a 13-speed transmission, from what I can tell. 40K suspension, 12K front. It's not a bad looking truck. Color, definitely not my color of choice, but it works. So this is why you come. This is why when you buy things at auction, you gotta be a little careful, right? And you gotta get it cheaper. And I'm not saying Ritchie Brothers is misrepresenting this truck at all, but some of these things, now that I can look at it closer in pictures, I can see that there's a few things wrong with this engine right off the bat. I mean, this looks rough. This looks rough. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this thing has some serious oil leaks. You can see this turbo has got to be about toast. It's leaking. It's pushing oil. It's pushing oil bad. Look at how oily that flex pipe is. Okay, so this thing's pushing oil. The top end's probably toast. So it's gonna need either a engine swap or engine rebuild. This is why you come look at stuff. The other truck I'll show you in a little bit is the truck I was actually probably I was looking at as well. That one was a non-runner, but I was kind of, because that was a non-runner, I didn't know why it didn't run. I called Ritchie Brothers. They didn't know why it didn't run, but I did find out why it's not running. This truck though says it's a runner, it does start and stuff like that. I tried starting it, the battery's dead, or I'm not getting any juice to it, so it's just completely dead. But I would almost fear starting this thing up, because if this thing's pushing oil and it gets warm, who knows? You could have an engine run away. You could have a lot of crazy things happen. But here's what's really cool with these trucks in the South. Yeah, this truck's got maybe 500,000 to 700,000 miles on it. But you look at this right here. If you remember seeing our trucks in the North, this is the weakest spot for Peterbilts. There's corrosion that gets back in there. Oh, it just pushes out. This piece is steel against the aluminum. I don't know what all, or cast, it just starts rusting. The frame, like, it's fairly clean. It's just, I say clean as in not rusty, but it's got a lot of oil leaks, wheel seals, there's bushings. I can, right off the bat, I can see it's got a lot of the original hucks right there, you can see. So that means it's not been rolled or taken apart or stuff like that, most times anyway. So tires are all sort of funny on all these trucks. So these actually look fairly consistent, but the ones on the other trucks are all over the board. I don't know if they've just popped these off and put them on, or popped the 22.5s on potentially that were on, but I don't know. It's got a couple dings here from stones. It's rough. Needs a lot of TLC, but it can get cleaned. It can get cleaned. The crazy thing is, look at that hose rubbing against that block. I would not want to drive this truck back. Would not want to drive this truck back. Anyway, I FaceTimed Trevor. We kind of went through this thing. I'll say this, I got a good opinion of it, and kind of gives me a much better idea. And I'll say two. I'm glad I'm not just looking at two trucks. There's actually some other trucks here that I'm looking at. So it is what it is. But some of the trucks aren't selling tomorrow. I'm gonna show you this burgundy truck, or sorry, bronze. It's like a bronze, I don't know, bronze burgundy, I'm not sure. We'll go check it out. It's here in the shop. This is like over in the shop area. They wash stuff off there. I'm guessing that stuff will get washed off. This Peterbilt, this is basically the identical truck to that tan truck over there that I just showed you guys. It's just, it is a different color. And it has a cat in instead of a Detroit. And again, I'm making tons of assumptions here, tons of assumptions. But when you're looking at these used trucks, you gotta just kinda, you gotta kinda, I don't know, not guess, but, you know, look at them and say, all right, one of the assumptions is that the guy running this truck took much better care of it. This truck is in much better shape. I know it's obviously probably been washed, but tires are all sort of mismatched. This thing has not been like you can see back here. There's, yeah, it's got some oil leaking, but nothing crazy. Oftentimes what happens with these trucks is the housing will crack. So I'll bet you if you wash that off, that could have been welded or fixed. And if you look at the front one, I'll show you. Again, same way. So that one don't look as bad, but again, that's a weak spot on these trucks. Again, original hocks, bushings look pretty good on this one. I've already kind of went through this one. So this truck is built by Fitzgerald, and I don't know if Fitzgerald ever put any cats in, because this is a Fitzgerald with a cat in it. And I, here again, like I'm assuming, but I'm guessing that this had a Detroit in and got swapped out. So everything's just painted over. I would think that if Fitzgerald's doing it, they're not gonna do that, unless this thing has got rebuilt and they just cleaned it up. Obviously different compressor. They changed out that coolant tank. This thing does look like, by the fan blades on it, I don't know, there was definitely something going on with an exhaust leak up in there. They said it runs good. So this is listed as inoperable or a non-runner or something, but it was because of some fuel issues. So they said once you get it started, it runs great. Hence the fuel pump, or that hand pump. And I'm guessing, I don't know if they did anything else to it, but, and I don't know how they're gonna sell it tomorrow. But I think this one's gonna get sold. Again, this is just a much cleaner truck, taken care of much better. Again, look at how clean like this truck is from the south. This truck has around 600, what did it say? 596. So almost 600,000 miles. It does have an 8LL, I think, or a 10-speed. Very clean truck. This truck would fit in our fleet well. I'm not fond of the color. Tires like this truck, I'd be a little scared to drive without fixing tires and fixing a couple things, but definitely seems to be in much better shape, for, yeah, a little more maintained than the other one. But so if you see that, that could be one, it could be a wheel seal. All that dust hanging on there, that tells me that I'm almost 99% sure that that axle could be leaking. That axle is cracked. Somewhere in there, that axle is probably just seeping very, very slowly. So I don't know. That is just my guess. But these are the two trucks. Two of the trucks I came to see. Other trucks, I'm not gonna show you yet. I wanted to at least show you these. Like I said, I kind of went through them. They have wet lines on them. I don't know exactly like if they would run a walk-in floor, but I don't know. I mean, it's a 2-line system. So here, they got the cups over them. So 2-line system, and I'm, again, here you are assuming, but it's not a huge tank. Definitely not a big dump trailer if it's set up to run a dump trailer, but I'm pretty sure it's just a walk-in floor. So with a dump trailer, you should have probably like 50, 60 gallons. And to me, that looks like maybe a 35-gallon tank. I don't know. And the other thing is, you don't want to fill up the capacity either. Again, here I am assuming. But these are just things that, I don't know, you buy trucks, and with Trevor's knowledge and my knowledge combined, we're dangerous. Dangerous. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Look how clean that is. Oof. And guys, again, when I say clean, I'm meaning like no rust, right? You want to see a rusty truck though? I'll show you. When I say not clean, this is what I mean by not clean. Look at the rust. Oh, you know what? It's not horrible, but this truck is either an old truck, definitely saw a little bit of salt in its life, but yeah, look at this. That's what salt does. And it's no fun. I am back here at the ring, and I realized something, or they told me something today. They're saying that they don't actually have in-person auctions anymore. Unbelievable. So the only one would be in Ritchie Brothers in Florida, Orlando. But he said they will switch to all online. They still put equipment in the yard, but they went away. So like if I would have came down here, I was thinking about actually staying for the auction, and I'm glad I didn't, because otherwise I would be here tomorrow with nothing to do. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do with all this stuff. Who knows? Maybe they'll auction it off. All right, guys. Definitely learned a lot, and I'm glad I came down, because sometimes, you know, you adjust the price of the truck accordingly. So even if I walk away with nothing from this auction, I also could have saved myself a couple headaches. So who knows? We're gonna catch a flight, get out of here again. Welcome back, guys. I am back at our shop in Geneva. It is a beautiful day here, and I am back here for, I want to show you this truck that we got. And that trip to Ritchie Brothers was just a super quick trip. Those trucks did sell, those two that I went down to look at. Believe it or not, the one with the cat engine sold for less money than the one with the Detroit. It blows my mind. But one of the things that did hurt the bronze truck, the one with the cat, is that it was inoperable. It was some for fuel issue. It wasn't anything major, but I didn't know that till I went down there, and I did not buy any of those trucks. I'm not desperate for a truck right now, and I felt like, I mean, that bronze one was close. I actually did bid on it. I was like, in reality, it should be less than that. You know, for what I just paid for these other trucks, it should definitely not be that high. So I'm like, you know what? You win some, you lose some, but I am so glad. I'm so glad I did go down there, because I learned a lot of things, and even some more things to keep an eye on when searching pictures, because going back onto the pictures, zooming in, I could see some things that really came to light, like when I was there. So yeah, when I was there, I seen all those things, and then coming back, zoom in, yeah, I could see the problem. As I promised, guys, I wanted to show you this truck that we got in. So this truck we got in with a complete wrap on, and I'm going to show you what this truck looks like. This truck is not done yet, and I was hoping to have it all done, all polished up, and pull it out of the shop and do a nice little video on it. But unfortunately, we've just been super busy, and the guys did not get time to even get the truck done. They're still working on it. They're getting the wet line wrapped up, and then we had some guys off. So yeah, is what it is. All right, guys. So we're just gonna do the little entry. I didn't even clean up around the truck. Well, I don't know if they did or not, but I'm just gonna give you a quick look today, and then we're gonna get it cleaned up, and we're gonna show you what it looks like. But here it is. So this thing under that wrap is this beautiful burgundy and cream Seminole paint design. Absolutely stunning. I'm not sure who would wrap this truck like that. So you see the tanks off. Come around to this side. You can see we got the new tank on. It's painted. It's kind of what we're going with. But again, beautiful, stunning Seminole paint design. There's obviously, we've got to put the lettering on it. We've got to do the Kenworth in the hood there. Just some different things. So yeah, she's a beauty. Here you go. As promised. And I will get some more footage of this truck. So when I was looking at trucks, this is one of the favorite paint designs. The Seminole paint design was one of my favorite designs. I could not believe that that's what it was under that wrap. I had no idea whatsoever. And here it is. I bought this truck. I did not fly out and take a look at it. And the reason I bought it is because it was cheap. I say cheap. Like I kind of, I seen pictures and try to get as much info as I could on it. And I just felt that it went for a very good price. So I bought it. And I needed a truck at the time. So I will post a link to this truck up above and you can see what I paid for this truck. So check out that video. I'll post up above. And I promise, guys, I will have more footage of this beautiful truck. In the meantime, check out hammerdowncoffee.com for the best coffee. Flint Creek Transport if you want t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all the good stuff. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.